Yeah. And this race for the most inexperienced of the drivers here at Onchan Raceway throughout the 2021 campaign. And it has been a real learning experience for them. Some of the incidents we've seen. We're glad to see 5 of them involved in this first race, and there have been wins for Macaulay Tier, for Cian Staniford, for Harry Merriweather. Great to see Sam Cracknell coming on leaps and bounds as well in the races that he's taken part throughout the season, and he'll be hoping to make a bright start this evening. just being ushered on by the starter to get them in the right order before the green flag drops for the first time this evening. It'll be interesting to see how the bright coloured car of Saoirse Wade plays a factor in proceedings this evening. The first time I've had the pleasure of commentating on one of her races. And 111 Sam Cracknell appearing to have a few problems on the approach to turn 3 there, but getting going again. As we await the green flag to signal the start of racing. And there it duly comes on a fine evening here in Onchan in the Isle of Man. And Macaulay Tier is the one who makes the brightest of the stars. Heading through first, followed by 11 Keane Staniford, who's overtaking Cracknell early on. And in hot pursuit of 800 Macaulay Tier early on. And is that where the bulk of the drama will come in this 8-lap race? Not too many laps for the drivers to get the business done. It's the nature of the whites and yellows, only 8 laps for the 5 cars, so not a great deal of traffic out there either, but it's Macaulay Tier who's got the lead ahead of number 11, Keane Staniford. Harry Merriweather is in third, but some way off the front two of Tier and Staniford. And Tier, who made a bright start there, was followed impeccably by number 11, Keane Staniford, but since that bright start, he's not been able to get too close to Macaulay Tier. But he'll know. 11 Staniford, very, very capable. As Tier just approaches 113 Saoirse Wade, who's just getting to grips and learning the ropes here at Onchan Raceway. It's one of the larger courses in the British Isles for stock car racing. You can get some real speed, and we should see some this evening as the night progresses, with a host of visiting drivers who we saw there and welcomed in the parade lap. But it looks like 800 Macaulay Tier is on course here with 3 laps to go. He's still in the lead, a lead he's held since lap 1. And he knows if he can hold it out for 3 more laps, he'll start the evening with a win. And what a start that would be for him. And I think the 2 cars of Cracknell and Wade have just helped Macaulay Tier a great deal there, because 11 Keane Staniford just had some problems getting round them. And that allowed Tier just to build up a bit more of a lead. And you do feeling that this race is getting away from Keane Staniford. He'll have plenty more chances to get victories here this evening. There's a little screech of the tyres there. Perhaps just a little overzealous from Macaulay Tier. He has been involved in a few minor incidents here at Onchan Raceway so far this season. Disaster averted there, though, for the young man. And the checkered flag is waving for 800 Macaulay Tier. Job done as far as he's concerned. Race 1. And it's a win. And a big smile on his face, I'm sure. 11 Keane Staniford in second, and it will be Harry Merriweather in third. And as we said during the parade lap, it is great to see Harry Merriweather back out there racing after quite a serious collision with a safety fencing only a couple of weeks ago. But I'm told he's eager to get out there racing. They've got such enthusiasm, these young drivers, such talent as well. They've got very bright futures ahead of them, none more so than the man picking up the checkered flag now, who's ready to go on his lap of honour, the first of the evening. Please put your hands together for your race winner, number 800, Macaulay Tier. Confirmation, your race winner, 800, Macaulay Tier. The UK here this evening. You can hear the rumble of the engines as the anticipation and the excitement builds ahead of the first race featuring these Heritage F2s here in the 2021 campaign. Great to have them back after a year out as well. We've missed them. I'm sure they've missed being here on the Isle of Man too. And it will just be an 8-lap race. Plenty of thrills and spills to come though. As I say, the speed that we saw some of these cars generate in the practice, it was mouth-watering, and there we have it. The green flag, and straight away excelling in front of us here, going from left to right, anti-clockwise around this Onchan Raceway. Hargreaves is away, then comes 728 Graham Bunter, but I think Bunter is actually in the lead just because of Hargreaves' car. He's got to overtake the full field. And drifting wide is Bunter there, but 23 John Clements not able to seize on any position just yet as he follows him closely right behind him, not giving him a moment to breathe. And then 533 is Andy Kay in third place at the moment, but we saw 728 Bunter just drifting wide when he went round turn 4 on that first lap of his. He's not made the same mistake there. It's a lot tighter this time. Remember, these drivers are having just to get used to the track. As Hargreaves passes 533 Andy Kay, he moves past him. He's got another 2 to overtake before he can even think about claiming that checkered flag, and they're going to hold him up here. And look at that, from 23 John Clements, he's trying to get a position ahead of 728, which is Graham Bunter. He has passed him because he drifted wide once again, and that's opened the door for not just 23 John Clements to move into, but also for 358 Mark Hargreaves. And he is in the mood to race this evening. He's absolutely electric around this famous raceway. And he's ahead of 728, which is Graham Bunter, who's responded in exactly the right fashion to overtake 23 John Clements. Once again, they're having a real battle out there, aren't they, the two of them? The Gold Cup winner is 728 Graham Bunter, and he's having to use all his knowledge, all his experience just to fend off that competition from 23 John Clements. He's trying to go the long way around the outside of him, going round turn 4. This is going to be a big ask for him. So far, he's not been able to do it, and he's taken that wide. He had to come in before colliding with that safety fencing, and he hasn't done so, which is good news for him, but he is still behind 728 Graham Bunter in time. He's running out for these cars out there. 358 Mark Hargreaves is joining the party once again, all 4 of them in close proximity. And this is going to just frustrate, I think, 358 Mark Hargreaves is going to weave in and out of all 3 of the cars to try and get ahead of 728 Graham Bunter once again, but the checkered flag is being readied. It is going to be waved. Who is going to claim it? It's 728 Graham Bunter, first through. A victory for the Gold Cup winner in race 1. Race declared. I think that is 728 Graham Bunter who wins it. Despite the best efforts of Mark Hargreaves. But they are just still bedding in, still getting used to this track. For confirmation, it is a win in race 1 for 728 Graham Bunter, kicking off his Heritage F2's race week bonanza here in the Isle of Man in exactly the right fashion. He'll hope to continue throughout the rest of the week. Remember, meetings on Thursday and culminating on Saturday as well with these drivers from the UK, and presentations after each race, and claiming a trophy and the checkered flag. He's going to take his helmet off and show us his beautiful face as well. There it is. A big smile on it too. Loud applause there. A shake of the hand. He collects the trophy. He's going to pick up the checkered flag as well. He holds it aloft. He's got his picture taken. But what a start to the week for 728 Graham Bunter. Here's your race winner.
I'll give you a shout out next time, Joe. I'll give you a shout out next time.
Confirmation, your race winner, 728 Graham Bunter. Nine cars are out then for the first fully contested junior rods race of the night. Anyone who's been here before this season will know that the junior rods have been thoroughly entertaining, excellent value for money. It's been a terrific season for all involved, and some really, really promising drivers out there, full of potential. It has been a joy to watch right from the start of the season to the point we're at now. It is an open contest, really. We've seen 5 of these drivers, or 4 of them I should say, already. Macaulay Tears not taking part in this first junior rods race of the evening, as the green flag's waving, and once again 11 Cian Staniford hot on the heels of 111 Sam Cracknell. Now, he wasn't able to get a race win last time, Cian Staniford, but he did make a similar bright start. And 26 Shannon Moore, for the first time this evening we're seeing her in race action. She's into second early on, followed by 58 Rio Osborne. Sam Cracknell is being followed now by a whole host of cars with great pedigree. 33 Shane Ellison, the latest to overtake Cracknell, followed by 825 Cian Pears. But it's a race that's currently being led by Cian Staniford, one of the younger drivers out there on the track at the moment. 26 Shannon Moore and 58 Rio Osborne, very, very close together at the moment. It's too tight to call at this stage, and it really is perfectly poised at the moment, with 825 Cian Pears and Ellison both joining the mix here. And we know that when those two get in front, they very rarely lose the lead. There's a slight bit of contact there between 26 Shannon Moore and 11 Cian Staniford. It's not phased Staniford though, who wobbled around a bit, but he managed to hold the line, and he holds the lead still as they go past Saoirse Wade in car 113. She's caught up in a melee there, but emerging past her, Staniford and Moore, both still in first and second position. And this is going to be very interesting because Ellison is just lurking behind that front three. 825 Keane Pearce isn't too far from him either, but he's going to be frustrated a bit because he's just being caught behind 58 Rio Osborne there. He just gets his nose ahead of Ellison. I think all eyes will be on both 825 Keane Pearce and 33 Shane Ellison. Those two you'd usually back when they get themselves into a commanding position, but this race is still absolutely anyone's. It's been led by 11 Keane Staniford for large parts of this race. There's 11 just past the main stand once again, moves on to 3 more laps, and it was 111 Sam Cracknell just caught again amidst a whole host of cars. Great to see him come out unscathed as 825 Keane Pearce looks to be making his move now. Does he smell blood? Does he see the position? Does he see an opportunity? Well, if there's space, you can bet your bottom dollar he will try his utmost to get himself into that opportunity to work a bit of magic. He's produced some fantastic displays throughout the campaign, but he's just again caught behind Staniford, and that's opened the door for 33 Shane Ellison, and he moves into second place. He's behind 26 Shannon Moore, and just like it has been from lap 1, this race is absolutely anyone's as it comes to half a lap before we get the checkered flag. It's 33 Shane Ellison going to pounce as he goes round turn 4. 26 Shannon Moore still in the lead. The checkered flag waves for 26 Shannon Moore. What a terrific win for her. 33 Ellison in second. I made that with 58 Rio Osborne in third. While all that was going on, 113 Saoirse Wade retired. I didn't quite see what happened there, whether it was a problem with the car, whether there was contact or not, but what I do know, they were jostling, they were battling, they were fighting for position out there, but she just remained cool, calm and composed while everyone was acting chaotic around her. She just cruised to the finishing line. It was far from easy, but what a performance in her first race of the evening. She is your race winner, number 26, Shannon Moore. Confirmation, your race winner, 26, Shannon Moore. Whirling dervishes. Or will they play it safe? Will they play it cautious? Clock of the course just going through the finer details of it before the racing gets underway in earnest. Just the 4 of them out there though, so plenty of space to manoeuvre. Plenty of time for them to build up some speed, build up some momentum. And it's not unheard of for these cars to collide into each other at all. Debris flying up every which way. Just a reminder at this point to please keep behind the white wall at all times. As the drivers rev their engines. A clutch start. The green flag waving. We're underway here in the bangers tonight. And remember, it is spin to win, so that will make it very, very interesting. Almost a slight bit of contact between Edmonds and Moore, who are toe to toe at the moment, going round. Screech of the tyres once again as the handbrake goes on for turn 4. And resembling the human caterpillar here, or the car caterpillar it should be said, with 23 Gemma Moore, the first to be spun, and then taking a little beating from 179 Halligan Butts for her troubles as well. Is that her out, or will she rejoin the action? It looks like she is going to resume. And it's 171 Edmonds in the lead ahead of Halligan Bunce. There are still 4 cars involved in this race. Who is the next to be spun, I wonder? I make that a spin for Ryan Edmonds. And he gets a little shunt in his rear end there, trying to turn the car, but he holds it well, and that is no spin, and 179 Halligan Bunce will have to try again. And he is going to have again a little nibble again. But holding firm, 171 Ryan Edmonds. Halligan Bunce, after all that, careers into the safety fencing and drops back into 4th place. And it's 171 Ryan Edmonds. What a resilient showing that is from Ryan Edmonds, because he held firm, but it looked like the odds were against him. It was a backs to the wall job, and he's come out fighting. And it looks like it's done a world of damage to the chances of 179 Jordan Halligan Bunce. His car's not looking too pretty now, is it? But Edmonds, he won't be caring about that. He's just focused on what he has to do. Nick Hollister, he hasn't been spun either, but that might change with Gemma Moore lurking in the background. And credit to Halligan Bunce, because his car isn't in the best of shapes, but he is still going, as Gemma Moore just tries to force 666 Nick Hollister to spin. You can see his wheels aren't looking too great at this point, but it was an early spin for Ryan Edmonds. It set him on his way, despite the best efforts of Jordan Halligan Bunce. It is a win to start the evening for Ryan Edmonds, and smell that burning rubber. A nice early spin by the book. That is how you do it. 171 Ryan Edmonds is like he's never been away. Great to have him back here this evening in the spin to win. For the first time we've seen that in the 2021 campaign. And it looks like it could provide quite a bit of entertainment for us here. The crowd certainly seem to be enjoying it. He's picked up the checkered flag. He will go round. I think he may have stalled there. But he gets out to rapturous applause from the crowd. And he's done it while his car still needs maintenance. That's just how good he is. He is your race winner. Let's hear it for 171 Ryan Edmonds. And there we go, a little wave from him. He does get going on his lap of honour. Well deserved as well. What a performance. Resilient to say the least. But he emerges victorious. And that lays a solid foundation for the rest of the evening. For confirmation, your race winner is 171 Ryan Edmonds. Well, there won't be any more cars joining the track. It will be the 8 who had made it out there before the gate shut. That's the first time we've seen the production rods in race action this evening. And again, it's been an intriguing season. There have been wins for so many different drivers throughout since the first meeting of the season. But it's 46 Steve Luton really who's demonstrated that he is very much the man to beat. He starts from the back. He rarely finishes there. But we know all about 358 Mark Hargreaves. He's already had a taste of the course this evening in the F2s. But as we know, in Stockcar racing, anything can happen, anything's possible. There's a faltering start there for 538 Ian Neal. And that means that both Luton and Hargreaves can pass him with ease. 240 Lewis Kiteley leading the way in the early parts of this race, followed by Jordan Doherty and 34 Jamie Dale. What can she do just to cement her position amongst the top three? She can't do too much. It's 3-2-7. Vinny McGee it is who's moved into top three. Again, early on, he's looking to go round 98. Jordan Doherty now, he's taking the long route. I think he's got enough power in there, but there's contact again. And that could have proved absolutely disastrous for 3-2-7 Vinny McGee. As it is, he's actually moved up the order into second place. It was a risky strategy, but it's one that has paid off. He now just trails 240 Lewis Kiteley, and look at that for an overtake from 46 Steve Luton on the inside with absolute pinpoint precision there. And the speed he gets in that car is sometimes absolutely incredible. And he's moved into second place around Lewis Kiteley, and he's got the bit between his teeth this evening, it seems. 3-2-7, Vinny McGee it is who leads, but for how long you have to wonder. 46 Steve Luton, seamless once again, moving into first place. Well, he's just absolutely imperious at times. He's proven that again in this 10-lapper. He's got a while to hold on, but he's in the lead. That's exactly where he wants to be. He's in pole position, and all the other drivers out there on the track have to play catch-up. That start from 538 Ian Neal has proved to be a real problem for him. He's eventually pulled out. He's retired. He won't be finishing this race. What a strong performance so far from 46 Steve Luton. It looks like 3-2-7 Vinny McGee could do bits. He got himself into the lead, but it was always going to be a big ask when you've got the likes of 46 Steve Luton behind you. He's got 3 laps to hold on. Few would bet against him doing it. It's just drilled into him. He knows how to win. He's been there. He's done it. He's got the T-shirt. He wants to get another win to his name and add one at the first opportunity tonight. 358 Mark Hargreaves. He again has picked up numerous race wins throughout the season. He's finally climbed into second place, but it looks like it's going to be a bridge too far to get him anywhere near 46 Steve Luton, but he's going to have a right good going in. It's a one-lap shootout. The back end of Steve Luton's car flies out, but not enough to cause him any problems. He's not worried. He'll be looking in his mirrors. He'll be seeing 358 Mark Hargreaves advance down that back straight alongside him, but he'll know that this race is in the bag unless there's a catastrophic error, which of course there's not going to be. It's a win for Steve Luton. Hargreaves in second and Vinny McGee in third place. Well, I think it's a shame from the neutral point of view that 358 Mark Hargreaves couldn't quite catch up with 46 Steve Luton, give us a real battle on our hands, but one man who won't care one jot about that is the man who's claimed the checkered flag. Well, it's not his first, it certainly won't be his last, especially on performances like we've just seen there. He's having a sensational season. It just seems to be highlight after highlight for this man. And it's a sensational win once again for the race winner, the driver of car number 46, Steve Luton. Confirmation, your race winner, 46, Steve Luton. He's got to go from the back to the front. He starts effectively a lap behind Mark Hargreaves. It was a win for 728 Graham Bunter in our first offering of the Heritage F2s. Remember, these are guests here on our island from all across the UK. And not just 728 Graham Bunter, we've also got 533 Adam Kay and 23 John Clements. And we'll see them throughout the week here across 3 race meetings. There's a great start for Bunter, who is a Gold Cup winner. And that just shows he is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to racing. He was just drifting a bit wide. There was a really intense battle out there between Bunter and Clements in the last race. We'll see a repeat performance here of these Heritage F2s. And it's just great to see F2s racing again here at Onchan Raceway. Again, they're just drifting wide. They won't be too used to this track. They will have to get used to the turns and the speed of it as well. So they'll probably use this first meeting just as a bit of a learning experience. But 533 Adam Kay has moved ahead of John Clements. And I don't think we saw the best of Adam Kay in the last race. He'll have a point to prove. He's just slotted in between both Bunter and Clements. And it looks like they're almost touching there as they go round turn 3. They're going anti-clockwise around Onchan Raceway here and moving into the lead. And I said last time, there was more to come from Adam Kay, and that looks to have been exactly the case because he is in the lead now. And I think this is 358 Hargreaves on a level playing field now. He's still going to overtake him once again. He is to get the victory here. So he's playing catch up almost instantly. And there's only 8 laps for him to go about his work. This is a race being led by 533 Adam Kay. It just shows how wide open it is. Because in the last race, it was a win for 728 Graham Bunter. This time, he's in 3rd place at the moment. And he's got to try and claw back the lead that the front runners have here. 533 Adam Kay is in the lead, and there's not much in it. Not even a car length separates Kay and Clements. As time is running out, as the laps tick down, this will just be very, very encouraging for Adam Kay and his team. Can he remain focused? He knows that this race can change in an instant. But it looks like it is going to be a victory for 533 Adam Kay, drifting wide. But just holding on there. That could have been a very late change in the order there with 23 John Clements finishing strongly, but not strongly enough. It is a victory for 533 Adam Kay. There will be a little presentation now. There will be after each of the Heritage F2's races. Let's give a big hand as well to the sexy face of stock car racing, Jojo McGlynn, who's going to be presenting Adam Kay with the trophy. And he picks up the trophy. He's got the checkered flag in hand. He'll pose for a picture now. And he'll go round on his victory lap. And all change in the Heritage F2s then. Bunter was victorious in the last outing. This time it's Adam Kay. I still feel the action will continue to unfold. as we progress through each race meeting this week. But please put your hands together for your race winner, number 533, Adam Kay. So we are heading for a complete restart here, so it'll be take two. They barely got going before that incident. Fortunately, no major damage to either driver or car. Shane Nelson remains in contention, as does 118 Harry Merriweather, who had moved into the centre field, so great to see that he will have another go and trying to salvage something from this race. But I wonder if there are any lasting effects of that incident on the car of 33 Shane Ellison. There certainly won't be on the driver. He's a young man who certainly knows how to race as he tries to go the long way around 119 TJ Tier. And again, a bright start from 11 Kean Stanford. Former winner 26 Shannon Moore, who was victorious in the last race. She's moved into second early doors in this, followed by 58 Rio Osborne. That's pretty much how it was in the last outing. But look at that intent and that purpose from not just Shane Ellison, but from Kean Pearce as well. Both of them charging around this Onchan Raceway track. Ellison it is who has the early advantage. You remember though from the last race that 825 Kean Pearce looked to be making inroads, but then his path was blocked off, and that just actually helped out 33 Shane Ellison. He wasn't able to see the job through though. 26 Shannon Moore it was who claimed victory in that, and she's in second as it stands, trailing 11 Kean Stanford, and 58 Rio Osborne also just trying to battle it out for first place as it stands. And there looks to be a slight bit of contact there, I think, between the front end of 26 Shannon Moore and the back of 11 Stanford, but that pressure has told. Stanford just wide, and 26 Shannon Moore once again walks through the open door into pole position. He's now in control of this race ahead of 58 Rio Osborne in second. But then you've got the powerhouses of Ellison and Pearce who will not rest until they've got success. That's how they operate. That's why they've got so much potential. It's why they've already got so much success here at Onchan Raceway, and the pair of them looking to lock horns once again. And what an overtake there on the inside from 825 Kean Pearce. There is contact there into 58 Rio Osborne. Then 33 Shane Ellison just pokes into him, and 11 Kean Stanford. But in the meantime, there's a race that needs to be won by someone, and so far it's looking like it's heading in the direction of 26 Shannon Moore, who's already got one win to her name this evening. How will the pause in play affect proceedings? 33 Ellison and 825 Piers, both of those in the mix, as is 119 TJ Tier. A number of cars involved in that collision, such as 58 Rio Osborne, who bore the brunt of a lot of what was going on during that racing incident. He has retired from the race, and 26 Shannon Moore will be very aware of the situation here. It is starting to heat up, and time running out for the drivers chasing her. A little bump there from Pierce into the back of 26 Shannon Moore. 33 Shane Ellison taking advantage of all that. Definite contact from Pierce into the back of 26 Shannon Moore. And Ellison just sort of went round the outside of both of them and said, "You have your fun. I've got a race to win." And he's moved into pole position. It's Ellison ahead of Piers, ahead of 119 TJ Tier. Some traffic to contend with for 33 Shane Ellison here. He goes round Saoirse Wade with relative ease, but it's... And again with 111 Sam Cracknell, not too many problems for 33 Shane Ellison. It means he is now moments away from securing his first win of the night. 825 Piers is in second, but he's not going to be able to catch him. And 33 Shane Ellison does claim the victory. TJ Tier just a bit further back, just meeting with an infield marker tyre. And in a race filled with drama, we had a complete restart, we had the yellow flags out, we had a stoppage in play while medical assistance was given to 11 Cian Staniford. All that after an incident involving about 3 cars. We had 58 Rio Osborne involved. He retired from the race. 825 Cian Piers and 11 Cian Staniford both involved. 26 Shannon Moore was leading at the restart, but leading at the end when it matters, when it counts. Your race winner, number 33, Shane Ellison. Confirmation, your race winner, number 33, Shane Ellison. Eight more laps on the heavyweights to come. The clutch start, the green flags waving. Remember, it is spin it to win it. No spin, no win. Unspun. He's still unspinnable, it seems. 171 Ryan Edmonds. Halligan Bunce had several goes, several bites of the cherry last time out. But he was unmoved, or at least to the point where he spun right round. And I don't think that counts as a spin, so 171 Ryan Edmonds, although he's in the lead, he's not yet been spun, and he hasn't spun anybody, and it means that he can't win the race as it stands. But wobbling all over the place, 666, Nick Collister just holds firm as he approaches the outer safety fencing and a burst is up. Has come to a complete stop, but colliding with a tyre there, 666 Nick Collister, again in the thick of the action. But they need to get close to each other, otherwise nobody's going to win. And you do have to wonder if it gets to the point where they might try and spin themselves around here. Fairly evenly spaced out at the moment as the sun starts to set and the lights come on here at Niverton Stadium, Onchan. 171 Ryan Edmonds just showing considerable muscle. He's not allowed anybody to spin him round yet. Until now, he is human after all. He has been spun, and Nick Collister now in the box seat. And he, because he was doing the spinning, is eligible to win the race. And he just needs to keep his distance from Halligan Bunce, who's rolled it there. He's on his roof. The red flag comes out. Under the lights, the production rods next to provide the entertainment here, and a win for Steve Luton last time around. That's the question that all the other drivers out there on the track must answer. How do you stop Steve Luton from coming right from the back all the way to the front? He just seems to do it time and time again, despite no end of obstacles in his way. He just seems to break down the barriers, and it looks effortless at times. I'm sure there's a lot of hard work involved, but at times it feels like Safety Steve doesn't break a sweat. And there's some good driving from 327 Vinnie McGee, and also 358 Mark Hargreaves, who we've seen in the F2s as well. Both of those are early problems there for 538 Ian Neal. He's not had a great night, has Ian Neal. His bonnet just flying up there. And the yellow flag's waving. His vision absolutely impeded by that. He won't be able to see a thing out of his front window. Well, we're heading for the second complete restart of the night. I don't know if it's an omen for 538 Ian Neal, but the last time there was a complete restart tonight, Shane Ellison was the man involved, which forced the restart. And upon the action getting back underway, it was Shane Ellison who won the race. Whether that's a good omen for Ian Neal or not, he's had a tough time of things tonight so far. And no matter how talented some of them are, sometimes it can be little things like that. Just throw a spanner in the works and prevent them from firing on all cylinders. Doesn't look like there's any debris or spillages on the track. But again, with the visibility just deteriorating somewhat, the floodlights on, that also has to be factored in. And not only that, they're competing against each other. And it's not an easy job for any of these drivers to finish on top of the pile. That's why it's so remarkable just how well Steve Luton's performing this season. But it is a decent start for 538 Ian Neal, but I don't think it'll continue all the way round. Looks like that bonnet will fly up again any moment. He advances onto that back straight. There's a couple of cars hot on his tail. But leading the charge in the chasing pack is Lewis Knightley in second place behind 34 Jamie Dale. Jamie Dale in the lead. 327 Vinnie McGee is going from third into second as they round turn 3, and that's a superb overtake there for Vinnie McGee. Didn't quite have the legs last time out. He did get caught by 46 Steve Luton, who's been forced by 358 Mark Hargreaves there, travelling at some speed as well. And if he makes a wrong move there, it could be absolute chaos. He managed to hold it though, hold steady. But he's still just being blocked at the moment by 538 Ian Dale. There's not enough room for him to get round. He remains in second to last place, but he is going to move up the order here, you feel. But again, battling back is 538 Ian Neal. There's contact between 3 of the cars. 240 Lewis Knightley involved there. And Safety Steve again just showing how strong he is. He spotted space. He has to be brave in these situations. He countless is. And 538 Ian Neal still going, which is good to see. And again, he's having a little mini battle there with 88 Callum Tilly. Tilly forced out wide, conceding the position to Ian Neal. But 46 Steve Luton now has eyes on the front runner, which is 327 Vinnie McGee. Vinnie McGee's been in this position before. Will he use that experience when it was caught last time out to hold on to the lead this time around? It sounds so simple, doesn't it? It's not when you've got someone like Luton bearing down on you. He is building up a head of steam here. He's just building a bit of momentum. There's 3 laps to go. He trails. It's a healthy lead at the moment for 327 Vinnie McGee. You get the feeling, though, it isn't going to stay like that for much longer. And as we approach the final few laps of this race, that lead is just being eaten away. Ian Neal is in 3rd. That's quite good for him, considering the poor start he had and the problems he's had tonight. But all eyes won't be on 3rd place. They're some way off the top 2. And with 1 lap to go, 327 Vinnie McGee is moments away from what would be an absolutely stunning victory. But 46 Steve Luton doesn't like being in 2nd place. He only likes being in pole position. He's made the move late on, rounding turn 3. Goes round turn 4. There's slight contact. He left it late. But it was absolutely great from Steve Luton. And there will be adrenaline coursing through his veins after that, because for all the while it looked like 327 Vinnie McGee was heading for victory, to cross the line first. But he picked his moment absolutely perfectly. And he's showing why he is the man to beat in the production rods, not just tonight, but all season long. He's been fantastic. He picks up yet another checkered flag. He is your race winner. Let's hear it for number 46, Steve Luton. Confirmation, your race winner, 46, Steve Luton. DK, though, with a win, 5.33 last time out. The Gold Cup winner, 7.28. Graham Bunter, he's also been a winner on their first appearance here on the Isle of Man in 2021. John Clements in car 23. Now's your time to shine. But it is so brilliant to have visiting drivers from the UK over here. We see it on a yearly basis here at Onchan Raceway. Last year it was a tough 12 months for so many reasons. And due to the pandemic, they weren't able to make their way here to the Isle of Man. Usually we get a lot more who make their way over here to Onchan Raceway. But those problems arising due to the pandemic mean not as many as we like. I've come here to the Isle of Man this year, but it's great that we've got some of them and provided excellent entertainment so far. Oh, it's only their first of 3 meetings, remember. But we'll see them back again on Thursday and again on Saturday. And going wide again, 7-8 Graham Bunter just hasn't quite got his line right this evening. Early advantage to 23, John Clements. John Clements, the only of the visiting drivers yet to get a victory to his name this evening. This is his final chance. And he started in the best possible fashion. Remember, 358 Mark Hargreaves he has to overtake them all before he's on a level playing field due to his not being a heritage F2. And there's a fair bit of breathing room for all three of the UK drivers, led by 23, John Clements. And he'll be hoping under the floodlights to make it a memorable first meeting here. This July race meeting. Hargreaves has caught up, he's weaving in and out of both Andy Kay, Graham Bunter, and now he's going to have a shot at going round the outside of 23 John Clements, and that is brilliant driving there. Because he's getting up quite a bit of pace, quite a bit of power, and he knows that a wrong move when he's weaving in and out of the cars in front of him could have some serious consequences, but he's avoided all of those. 23 John Clements, I think, is still in the lead. It's just an 8-lap contest, remember. And with only 4 cars out there, there's room for them to let fly, generate some serious momentum on these straights. That's what we're seeing from 358 Mark Hargreaves. He's got a more powerful machine than the Heritage F2s. But since getting his hands on the lead, 23 John Clements, I have to say, relatively comfortable. And we know that there's only 1 lap remaining now for 23 John Clements to get what he's been wanting since race 1 of the Heritage class this evening. And they really are sharing out the success. They've made the long, arduous journey here to the Isle of Man, but 23 John Clements will now know that it's been well worth it. It's a win for 23 John Clements after earlier wins for Graham Bunter and for Andy Kay last time out. And it means we are treated to seeing Jojo once again. Well, after seeing his compatriots Graham Bunter and Andy Kay pick up race wins, it's now his turn to be smiling in car number 23. He is your race winner. Let's hear it for 23, John Clements. What have we got now?
We've had bangers for bangers twice. I thought I better not go for a third time.
Yeah. I haven't heard Viva La Radio yet. Because tonight the juniors are out there finishing off tonight with a 10-lap race. We've seen victories for Shannon Moore and for Shane Ellison. There's also victory in the whites and yellows, if you can cast your minds back right to the start of this race meeting for 800 Macaulay Tier. We've not seen him since, so he'll be finishing with a 100% record from his one race this evening. Still plenty of capable drivers out there though. 111 Sam Cracknell 118, Harry Merriweather. Rio Osborne and Shannon Moore. Then comes Shane Ellison and TJ Tier, cars 33 and 119 respectively. 825 is Kean Pears, and 113 this evening, Saoirse Wade. And we've got the green flag. There was a complete restart the last time these cars were out there. We're hoping there won't be a repeat performance this time around. And there's bright starts for Kean Pears in car 825 and for 58 Rio Osborne. And look at that from 33, Shane Ellison. Lightning out of the blocks there. And he powers on down that back straight. He's going to overtake Sam Cracknell and move into third place very early on. And that is absolutely fantastic stuff from 33, Shane Ellison, wasting absolutely no time at all. And he's just laying the foundations here for what he will hope to be a second victory of the night. And he's not hanging about. He's really, really going for it. Early doors is Shane Ellison. He's got 10 laps to work with, but he wants to get himself in first position early on. Closely behind him is 825 Kean Pears. Those two often have a very good on-track rivalry, sharing out the success. But it's 33 Ellison who's got the bragging rights heading into this race. I hope if he can have a strong finish, he'll be topping the podium overall when it comes to the trophy presentations a little later on. He's in third place still. It's 58 Rio Osborne, who's had that lead for quite some time now. And the longer he has that lead, the more his confidence will just grow. And that's something that is quite valuable to the drivers here. If you're in a confident mood, you drive well, you tend just to use that to your advantage. And 825 Kean Pears has gone ahead of 33 Shane Ellison, but he can't get ahead of 26 Shannon Moore. He's got into her back end. She hasn't smashed into the outer safety fencing. She managed to. Just how entertaining the junior rods have been this season. And again, that's proven to be the case right into this final junior rods race of the night. Still with production rods and bangers still to come. Another brief pause then. And the delays do weigh on the mindsets of some of these drivers. They're still very experienced. How will they use it to their advantage? 26 Shannon Moore held off the competition for so long. She got dealt another crushing blow into the back end of her vehicle. She did really well not to career into the outer safety fencing at high speed and cause untold damage to both car and driver. That's commendable in itself, but once again 58 Rio Osborne is speeding away down those straights. He's just spreading his wings and letting fly here as the lap count ticks over. And Saoirse Wade providing an obstacle for 58 Rio Osborne to get around. 26 Shannon Moore and 825 Kean Pears once again coming to blows. This time it's Kean Pears who has to hold firm. But he is holding steady. One lap remaining, 58 Rio Osborne. It would be cruel if this victory was to be taken away from him, snatched late on from him. It doesn't look like that is going to happen. It's going to be a different winner once again in the junior odds. This time, delight for Rio Osborne. 26 Shannon Moore has done superbly to finish in second. 825 Kean Pears in third. But what a moment that is for 58 Rio Osborne. He deserved that one. He built such a lead. It was cut after the racing incident involving Kean Pears, and 26 Shannon Moore, and then a mini pylon, really, not hefty collisions, but a number of cars involved. And when that lead was cut, it can often present a different prospect when the race gets going again. It can often see the more experienced drivers use that to their advantage, and that didn't happen this time around. Waving the checkered flag, and rightly so, proud of that performance. Finishing strongly with a race victory. Give him a big cheer as he goes round on his lap of honour. Your race winner, number 58, Rio Osborne. Confirmation, your race winner, 58, Rio Osborne. Forster and 171, Ryan Edmonds. Well, this is a recipe for disaster if ever we've seen one. But you love to see it, don't you? Which one of these drivers is going to light up the darkness in the final bangers race of the night? There's only 8 laps in it. They can barely see across the field. Visibility has been cut. They don't really care though. They just want to get dizzy from the spinning and be first across the line. Remember, you have to spin someone else or be spun to be eligible to claim that checkered flag. 171, Ryan Edmonds, we felt at one point was invincible in terms of being spun. He eventually did succumb to the exploits of 666 Nick Collister. They did start 3 abreast. It's not taken long for them just to separate out bonus 23 Gemma Moore. Sparks flying from the vehicle as she heads down that back straight, and there is going to be almost early contact. But 23 Gemma Moore speeding away from the advances of 171 Ryan Edmonds. Edmonds not so lucky though, he gets one in the back from 666 Nick Collister. Not a spin though, just a shunt, and that's not enough if he's wanting to build on that win that he got last time around. Remember, the race was actually declared because Jordan Halligan-Bunce in sensational fashion went over, rolled the car. He is okay, which is great to see. There's a spin there. Edmonds goes round, and that mirrors what happened in the last race. Pretty much a carbon copy, really, of Nick Collister spinning Edmonds in exactly the same position. He's moved into the lead, and he's got that all-important spin, which means he's on course for victory. And 171 Edmonds hasn't really moved since he got spun round. 23 Gemma Moore, she's still in full flow though, although she's not spun, which means at the moment she doesn't stand a chance of winning. Some interesting noises coming from Collister's car as that drags itself round for another lap. And the handbrake goes on as he goes round turn 4. Again, you can hear the car as it comes round from Nick Collister. Well, Edmonds has just sat and virtually been a spectator since he was spun. And despite getting the first race victory in the bangers this evening, it's been a frustrating end to the night, and it's going to be a very, very strong finish for Nick Collister as the checkered flag is being prepared. And it is waving for the final time in the bangers tonight for Nick Collister. A terrific end to the night for him, just showing off his spinning. By Barbary Coast, starting with the junior rods in 3rd place overall, number 825, Kian Pears. In second place overall, number 33, Shane Ellison. But your overall winner in the junior rods, the driver of car number 26, Shannon Moore. And the winner of the whites and yellows this evening, the driver of car number 800, Macaulay Tier. Andy Kay. In second place overall in the Heritage F2s tonight, number 728, Graham Bunter. The success was spread out across the field this evening, but please give them a huge Manx welcome. They've travelled from the UK. Your overall winner this evening, number 23, John Clements. Trophy presentations for this evening's meeting, sponsored by Barbary Coast. In the production rods, in third place overall, 327, Vinnie McGee. Rounding off the night with an amazing victory in that last race, in second place overall, 358, Mark Hargreaves. But the overall winner, continuing his fantastic season, number 46, Steve Luton. Gemma Moore. In second place this evening, 171, Ryan Edmonds. But for the hundreds in attendance and the millions watching around the world, your overall winner in the bangers this evening, number 666, Nick Collister. Congratulations to all our trophy winners this evening. We are back again 7:30 on Thursday evening here at Onchan Raceway, and again on Saturday. Thank you very much for your